We have three suspects: John, Antonio, Mike. What happened? So I was looking over the report and it says there that one of these three suspects broke into the convenience store on 3rd Street and they literally took everything. Okay. Well, let's just start with John. Well, what's his story? Let me check back on the notes. Okay, so John, he's a single father of 3 and he works at the local hospital. Okay, and around what time did the break-in take place? It says here 1:13 a.m. Oh, okay, that's pretty late. I mean, but if John works at a hospital, I mean, there's no reason for him to break in anywhere, you know? I'm pretty sure he's loaded if he works at a hospital. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, you know? And based off of his photo there, I mean, he seems like a nice guy, you know what I mean? And if he's a single father of 3, you know, I doubt he would jeopardize anything, you know what I mean? However, let's just not rule him out quite yet, okay? Because a lot of hospital workers, they work, you know, lots of hours of the day, you know, day and night. So it could still be him. So let's not forget about him, okay? Well, what's the deal with Antonio there? Antonio Lopez, he works in construction. It also says here that he did, unfortunately, have a rough upbringing, like during his younger days. He did get in trouble a lot at school, and he lives at home with just his wife, no kids. Hold on, you said that he works construction? Okay, well, from my knowledge, I mean, a lot of construction workers, if not most of them, they work during the day. So he could have had time to go at 1 a.m. and do the break-in. But I just don't know yet. Well, what does his wife do? It should be somewhere here. Okay, right here. So it says here that she's a night shift custodian at the same hospital where John works, but apparently she called out that day because she was out of town, apparently. Really? Huh, that's a bit odd. No, it seems like they're all connected here, but dang, I was gonna say we could use her as an alibi for Antonio, you know, we could ask her like, hey, was Antonio with you at 1 a.m. during the break-in? But if you said she's out of town or she wasn't available, then he doesn't have an alibi. So Antonio could be our guy, because if I remember correctly, it says here, yes, right here, the convenience store is right next to the construction site where he works. And it also says here on this note that he and a couple of other guys go there every day after work to get drinks and snacks. And since it's right by the site, I mean, that's why they brought him in. And also because of his rough upbringing, I mean, that's another reason why they brought him in, you know? Huh, okay. And what's the deal with Mike here? Well, what's his story? Mike Brown, he's a 21-year-old college student at the local university, and it says that he was the last customer seen on the CCTV footage before the break-in. Okay, yeah. So if he's a college student, I mean, a lot of college students are broke, you know what I mean? So this seems like the most realistic option in my opinion, you know? It might have been him. But if he was the last person seen at the convenience store, then, I mean, it could have been him, no? So if he was the last one in there, I mean, it would make the most sense that he would do it, right? But, I don't know, theoretically, let's just say that he was wearing a blue hoodie at the time, right? In the CCTV footage, it showed someone wearing a black hoodie with their hood up. So if it was him, I mean, I don't know, could he have just changed hoodies or something to like hide his identity or something? One of his friends could have been waiting outside in a car with a change of clothes for him. He changed and went back in. You know, college students can be dumb sometimes, but they're not that dumb. But why would he show his face first, leave, and then come back and do the break-in if you can still see his face? You know, even if he was wearing a mask or something like that, you could still see his eyes. Wait. Oh no, it can't be him because he has blue eyes right here, and in the CCTV footage, it was somebody with brown eyes. So no, I don't think it could have been him. Yeah, Chief, what's up? What? Wait, hold on. Are you serious? Okay, wow. All right, I'll let Detective Eddie know, okay? All right. What was that? Wait, are you serious? Wow, okay, thank you, Chief. I'll see what we do with that information, okay? Thank you, bye. What is it? So, Chief was saying that John, who works at the hospital, he's not a doctor or a nurse. He works at the front desk. Really? Oh, well, if he's not a doctor or a nurse, I mean, he might not be as loaded as we thought he was, so then that could mean that he did do it. Yeah, he could have done it. That was my first thought too. Until Chief was saying that his neighbor, he actually saw his car in the driveway during the time of the break-in. So it really couldn't have been him. And apparently John and his neighbor, they talk a lot. And the neighbor was saying that John was going through some financial problems. Well, I mean, if he was seen at his house during the time of the break-in, I mean, then he obviously couldn't have done it, you know? But my question is, why was he brought in as a suspect in the first place? See, and that's what I'm trying to... Okay, I just got a note from the chief that John and Antonio, they're best friends. Wait, what? Okay, wait, hold on. Now I'm a little confused. So it can't be Mike because the eyes don't match, obviously. And it can't be John because he has an alibi saying that he was at home during the time then. Then that just leaves Antonio. So John was home at the time and he has financial issues. So that's where his best friend comes in. And he tells Antonio to do the break-in for John because he can't do it because it would look bad on him because, you know, he's a single father of 3 and he can't risk it all, you know what I mean? So, and what's Antonio got to lose, you know what I mean? He doesn't have anybody to look out for. I mean, besides his wife, but I mean, John, on the other hand, he's a single father of 3, you know? So it really would be bad for his case, but Antonio, I mean, he would spend a little minute behind bars, but it wouldn't be that bad, you know what I mean? You know what? I think we figured this out. I think we did. Oh, hold on. It's the chief. Let me tell him. Hey, chief, we figured it out. What? Okay. Okay, thank you, Chief. I'll let Detective Eddie know, okay? Thank you. Bye. What's wrong now? Antonio has an alibi. Yeah, he was out with his friends during the time of the break-in, so it really couldn't have been him. But you want to know what else he told me? They were looking over the CCTV footage again. They zoomed in, and it turns out that the person who did the break-in was a woman. What? Okay, wait, hold on. So John needs help financially, and he asks Antonio to do it, but Antonio says no. But what other woman works with John that nobody would suspect it's her? Well, earlier we said Antonio's... Wait, no, but she said that she was out of town, unless she took the day off and lied about being out of town to do this. We figured it out.